What's up, guys? D.W. Pro here, the best in the Midwest. Today we are going to be talking about the Springfield Armory Hellcat, specifically the Micro 9, and why I think it's the next gun you need. Before we get into that, I wanted to apologize. It's been almost 2 months since my last video, and we have almost 18,000 subscribers, so I want to thank each and every one of you for making this possible. I do have a new job, and it's taken up a lot of my time, but with that new job means I get a lot of fun new toys. So to help make it up to you, I went ahead and got the 32 round magazine that we're going to try out on this Hellcat, as well as the 50 round drum. I don't want to keep y'all waiting, so we're going to get that 32 round mag queued up, have some fun, and then we're going to get into the review video for the Springfield Armory Hellcat. Some POV. There's nothing wrong with this gun. I cleaned it up the other day and it is pretty. All right, let's go ahead and get downrange and check it out. All right, like I said, I don't want to keep y'all waiting, so we're going to go ahead and charge this thing. Cool thing about it, before we actually shoot, I'll show you guys a feature. The safety is actually right on the trigger, so there is a safety on this for a concealed carry. That's kind of nice. Trigger safety. Very safe, very safe. I'm a safe guy. All right, I did not put 32 rounds in this because I didn't bring my magazine loader, and it's, hard. But I'm just going to count them off, and we'll see what we got. All right, we're ready to go. Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We got 26 out of it, so maybe we'll have better luck with the 50 round drum. I know we're going to have good luck with it, but I'm fairly confident that would have cycled all 32 if I had fit 32 in there. But hey, what are you going to do? So you're probably already asking yourself, Dion, why is the Hellcat the next gun I need? I already have a full-size carry gun. I don't need a little tiny micro 9mm. Well, for me, it was a very specific reason. I'm a musician. I travel a lot. I'm going to new places all the time. If I haven't been somewhere before, I like to stay protected or have that option to protect myself in a worst-case scenario. So I wanted something that was highly concealable, and for me, the Hellcat was a no-brainer. Again, this is a super compact micro 9mm. So you get some heavy stopping power as well as a double stacked magazine. So you can get quite a few bullets out of this thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the exact specs on this piece. Talk a little bit more about that. All right, let's go ahead and get into the specifications on this piece right here. So again, this is the 9mm Hellcat. And again, this is a super tiny piece. The barrel length itself is about 3.5 inches. Full gun length itself is about 5.5 inches. Looks a lot smaller than that to me, you know what I mean? Anyways, this is a double stack pistol. So again, you have a very high magazine capacity. The one I have here is a 14+1. And the one that I have in the gun, let's go ahead and get that out safely, is the 11+1. And I mean, there are other options as well. Like I said, we have that 32 round magazine. Obviously, that's not going to be something you're going to have when you are carrying this, but it is an option if you want to, have this thing at home. So one thing I did want to show you with these magazines is this is the 11+1. And right off the bat here, you can see that is a very tiny grip. So that is one of my qualms about that. So this kind of turns you into polite society when you're holding it, but it isn't too hard to get into. One thing I would do here is just go ahead and carry around that extended magazine, because that actually gives you a bit better of a grip. You can see it better when I'm not wearing my gloves, but it's cold out right now, so I want my hands to stay warm. Anyways, yeah, so just go ahead and rock that extended magazine because gives you a better grip. There is a very textured surface on this, as you can see, so that does feel quite, slick, or not slick. It doesn't feel slick in the hands. It feels nice and sturdy. You got a good grip on there. Some of the other functions, you can see it does have a trigger safety. So if you want, something that is quick on the draw, this would be the gun. Again, it is an EDC, an everyday carry pistol, so you would want something that would probably be easier to go ahead and pull out and shoot right away if that was, what it came down to. Some of the other specs we have this U-Dot sight here. It has the tritium sight on the end. You can see that's green. I'll go ahead and throw up some footage while I'm kind of talking about it of what it would actually look like when it catches the light in the dark. But the tritium basically glows in the dark, and it is super, super bright. You can really see that at night. So if you did not have any optics or a flashlight, you would be able to go ahead and maybe use that at night. Um, let's go ahead and take these magazines out. I'll show you some more about this gun. Now, as far as optics go, this piece is an optics friendly firearm. You can see right there, you'd have that slide mount on the very top. For any maybe like red dots or anything like that, I would actually recommend a red dot or some sort of sight like that for this pistol. But if you don't want to splurge, the U-Dot is fine. Maybe you could get like a ghost sight ring for it. I'm sure there is a way to order that and place that on there. And then you also have this slide right here on the bottom. I assume that would be for your flashlights or a laser. So yes, you do have some accessories that you'd be able to put on this piece if that was going to be what you wanted to do. But for me, I just like it clean, just like this. No fancy frills, just that extended mag and you're good to go. Let's go ahead and put up some targets downrange and test out the accuracy of this and maybe talk about a bit of the reliability that I've seen. All right, let's get into it. Alrighty, so we are here at about the 5-yard mark, and this is what you'd be looking at in a self-defense situation if you have to pull your carry 5-7 yards. So this is where I like to start when I'm testing a pistol like this. So let's go ahead and get the gloves on, and we'll get this thing charged. We've got our splatter targets up there so you can see where we're hitting. I've noticed that this thing kind of pulls up and to the left a little bit, so you might see that, but I've been kind of practicing and kind of compensating for that, so we might have corrected it since then. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our shots off at 5 yards. Go ahead and rack it. Ready to shoot. All right, 5 yards. Center mass, let's go. Ooh, that was a little high, honestly. There we go, right on the money. Little high. Ooh, that was a bullseye. That was the same thing I was talking about, that up and to the left there. There we go. I got to loosen up a little bit. There we go. Another nice one. All right, that's it. There's a couple jumps there, but it wasn't too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and take us in here and get an in-depth look. But honestly, those weren't bad. You can kind of see where we got some of those bullseyes. That's a nice group. I got a little jumpy on the outside, but it takes a little bit of getting used to. Honestly, I need to do better than that at 5 yards. I got to get down to the range more. I'm used to shooting with my little 22 and plinking, so this is embarrassing. But let's go ahead and knock it back just a little bit and see what we're working with there. All right, so we moved back maybe about 10 yards, 11 yards. So let's kind of see what this is going to do when we raise that distance. Again, we do have a 3.5-inch barrel, so accuracy is going to be pretty tough. So I think that's why I would recommend a red dot. But if you're right in front of an assailant, that the accuracy really isn't going to matter too much. It's it's just point and shoot at that point. But yeah, let's go ahead and take some more shots a little bit farther down, and we'll see what we do. We're charged, ready to go. Let's go ahead and see what we're looking at. Oh, that was right on the money. A little high. There we go. There we go. I'm getting some bullseyes. I do like this group. You just got to take your time with it. There we go. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get back down range again, and we'll see what we did here. I'm going to have to cover up some of these, but let's see here. So again, this is what we're looking at. Oh man, are we already raining here? Or is this flex? I'm trying to beat the weather. But yeah, we're getting a decent little group. Not really a group, it's kind of all over the place, but this is where I was shooting. So believe me or not. So let's go ahead and walk her back down range. We've got to reload these mags, and yeah, we'll do some more shooting, probably at about 20 yards, and see how this holds up at about 20 yards. Then we're going to try out some crappy like pawn gun ammo and see how that treats us. This is stuff that they probably found in some dude's basement after he passed away. So we're going to see if it runs it. And then maybe we'll have some fun with that 50 round mag, 50 round drum, whatever you want to call it. Let's do that. Now we're pretty far down range. We're about 20 yards here, maybe a little less, 15 to 20. I'd say more into 20, 25 anyways, because we're back at the benches. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to that splatter target down there, really test the accuracy, push the accuracy of this thing without a red dot, no optics or nothing, just that U dot sight on the back. Let's see what we can do. We'll do a couple shots standing, maybe even try something kneeling, I'm not sure. Let's see what we got here. So here's standing. Okay, so that was top right. So we'll compensate. And that was too low here, but we're still on the money. There we go. That's that bullseye I wanted. Another shot, basically right over the other. Top right. Oh, I let it fall. I'm not even sure where that hit. I didn't even see. My arm kind of fell a little bit. Let's do a couple more and maybe do a couple more kneeling. That was top right. I let it jump from me. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. I like that. This is a lot more accurate. Okay, so we're all clear. I don't even know what that's going to look like, but the splatter target is splattering. So hopefully it's not too bad. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I don't hate it. We got boom, 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 boom. We might have missed the target a couple times when I dropped, but it's not bad. Still center mass. I mean, all of these are decent shots, you know. So yeah, that was from about 20 or so yards. Before I forget, let's do a reliability test with this junk ammo we got from the pawn shop. I mean, some of this stuff is super duper old. This is actually a hollow point. I wonder what this was worth back in the day. So we'll actually see if the Hellcat is picky about what it likes to eat or if it just eats everything. Let's try that out. So we loaded up those hollow points on top, 3 of them in a row, and just a variation of different ammos from that pawn shop bundle. So let's see what we can do here and see if we can cycle these. One cycled right away. I mean, that's not bad. Didn't feel weird at all either. Felt really good. Really clean. Yeah, I mean, they're shooting. I'm just going to shoot all over it. Nope, no problem cycling that ammo. We'll go ahead and run another magazine through it and see if it has any issues. But I mean, we've shot almost 150 rounds today and nothing is jammed. 32. I've shot a full 32 through it. It didn't jam. I've shot a full 50 through that 50 and it did not jam either. So it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead and get another magazine in there. I never really mentioned in the specs, but this gun is, just over a pound. It's about 18 ounces. So this thing is extremely light. And some of those full-size guns have a little bit more weight to them, and that helps compensate for the recoil. So this gun is, I would say, very jumpy, very snappy. But a little bit of range day practice like we're doing here, and you're going to be shooting just fine with it. So I would not really worry about your accuracy being bad off the start with such a small pistol. All right, here is pawn shop ammo, round two. So yeah, a few magazines of that pawn shop ammo. This thing is still going strong. Has no issues eating anything. I mean, we've had no malfunctions with this piece at all today. The Hellcat is a performer. It is a runner. It is a track star. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that 50 round drum and have some fun. Is a drum on the Hellcat foolish? I don't think so. If it works, what's wrong with it? Let's see what this 50 round drum can do. We're going to count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That's Pro Mag, baby. That was fun. Wow, this is a lot lighter after that. That right there, guys, is one of the main reasons the Hellcat 9mm by Springfield Armory is the next gun you need. How fun was that? It accepts Pro Mag magazines, so again, you get that 32 round mag, you get that 50 round drum. This works as a concealable everyday carry, or if you really want to, you can keep it under the bed for a home defense weapon. Just be careful what you're shooting at. You got so many rounds, you want to make sure they all land on target. So if it was me, I would go ahead and just use that extended clip, your 13+1 or 12+1. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. That should be plenty. Let's go ahead and get some more POV footage. We'll get back to the spot, do some final reviews. We'll get out of here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and clean up and get out of here. Meet you guys back at the crib for my final review. Also, I just realized I hadn't been wearing my eye protection this entire video. Stay safe, kid. Keep your eyes and your ears protected at all times. All right, see you soon. All right, guys, we made it back to the spot. I hope y'all enjoyed watching that field test we did for the Springfield Armory Hellcat. I'm going to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of this gun and why it is the next piece you need. For starters, the grip is really the only con, and it is a very small con. But I cannot really comfortably get my hands all the way down that grip, and that might not be an issue to some people, but for me, I do think the ergonomics of that were affecting my accuracy. Again, as far as accuracy is considered, this super small barrel definitely plays into that, the snappiness of this piece. So when you do pick up this Hellcat, you really do want to spend some time on the range, make sure you're getting your shots in and that you're comfortable with this specific piece. Other than that, maybe you want to talk about that trigger safety there. If you were planning on just shoving this in your pocket, a trigger safety might not be the best thing for you because it would be able to potentially snap on like a key or something like that, or a ring, and then you could possibly have an accidental discharge, which would be, bad news for everybody. So those are the things that you wanted to keep in mind when you look into your Hellcat. So if you're going to carry this, make sure to get a nice little holster that covers that front part of the gun. Also, you can get all these cool aftermarket magazines. We already went into that. I mean, this gun is super reliable, even with this aftermarket stuff, which can be notoriously infamous, good or bad, whatever you want to say. But I've had these two Pro Mag magazines for just as long as I've had this gun, and again, I've never had any malfunctions using this at all. So yeah, you get to have some fun with the aftermarket stuff with this. Again, you got all the areas for your mounts. You got your optic mount here, and then you can put your laser mount there. So yeah, it is a gun that is packed with um, opportunities for some cool stuff. One of the spots the Hellcat actually outshines its competitors is in the capacity department. Um, Out of the box, you're going to be getting the extended mag, which is the 13+1, as well as the standard magazine, which is, I believe, 11+1. And automatically, right out the box, that is better than the capacities of some of the competitors like the Glock 43, which I believe it's a California compliant, so it only has maybe like a 8+1 or something like that, single stack magazine, very low capacity. And even, some of your higher capacity stuff like the P365, you're still down one versus the capacity of your Hellcat. I think the 365 has the standard capacity of, I think it's like 10+1. So yeah, this definitely will outshine the competitors as far as that is concerned. You definitely get some more shots on target with this piece. The Hellcat comes in at around $650 new. I'm sure you can find a better deal out there. That's just what I found. For that price point, it seems a little steep, but you are going to be getting the workhorse of workhorses. You're going to get that super high ammo capacity, as well as the features to put optics on the top, or lasers or flashlights on the bottom. You're paying for that durability, the reliability. This thing is going to work 100% of the time. And if I'm going to bet my life on something, I want it to be dependable and not have to worry about it. So really, all things considered, uh, I love this gun. The Hellcat by Springfield Armory is amazing. Yeah, that's it. I'm Dion W. Pro, the best in the Midwest. And again, the Hellcat Springfield Armory Micro 9 is the next gun you need. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you next time.